Good morning. My name is Kiva, and thanks for coming to your morning yoga practice. So, today, if you have two blocks, it will be handy, and if you have a strap, that's also a good thing. Now, if you don't have two blocks and you need to be able to lift the floor up to you, say your hands can't reach the floor, grab onto some books or probably not pillows, that might be a little soft, but maybe even a chair. So books can definitely be handy. And if you need a strap, you can always go get a long towel or some kind of rope if you want to have a strap handy. So this morning we're going to start onto our backs. So come onto your back. We'll start pretty easy this morning since it's a little early. Bring the soles of your feet together, taking your knees out to the sides for Baddha Supta Konasana. If this is a little bit much on your knees, you can always place a pillow under your knees, your blocks under your knees, and you can feel very supported by having the blocks or pillows under your knees. Place one hand onto your belly and the other hand onto your heart. Drawing your shoulder blades towards your low back and close your eyes. Take a really deep inhale and take a long exhale all through your nose. Taking this moment to begin to focus on your breath. Take a few more deep inhales and long exhales. Place both hands onto your belly. Take a really deep inhale and feel your belly rise. Feel the breath in your rib cage and your upper shoulders. Open your mouth, sigh out the breath, and as you sigh out the breath, press down into your belly with your hands. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Breath in the rib cage and shoulders. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Three more. Inhale. Sigh it out. Go for two more. Last one. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees. Bring your knees together like you're closing a book and hug your knees in towards your chest. Begin to make circles with your knees going in one direction. And take the circles in the other direction. Place your legs straight onto the floor, so legs straight. And take your arms along your body like a letter T. Draw your belly button towards your low back, just to protect your low back. You still can have the natural curve in your low back. With your inhale, lift the right leg up. And exhale, right leg down. Inhale, leg up and down. So your inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, leg goes down. Let's go for 5 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, keep the leg up. And then make a circle with your right hip joint. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the circle another direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release your right leg back to the floor. Maybe begin to notice some sensations in your right leg as compared to your left. Let's switch sides. Left leg up. Inhale. And exhale, leg down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the leg up. Go for a circle. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle the other direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring both legs to the floor. Deep inhales. Long exhale. Bring your legs together. Flex your feet for dorsiflexion of your ankles. With your inhale, both legs up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. And we lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the legs up. Bend your knees, hug your knees in towards your chest. Take your arms out to the side like a letter T. Going for a gentle twist. Take a deep inhale. With your exhale, take the knees to the right. You can look to the left. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Exhale, knees to the left, look to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale, switch. So we're just going back to the right and to the left. And every time the knees go into one direction, allow your head to drift away from the knees, from that direction. Making your way back to center. Cross at your shins, grab onto your feet. You can hug your knees really in close in towards your chest. And you begin to rock to the front and to the back of your mat. Let's go for about 5 rolls. It's like you're giving your back a little massage. With your 5th time coming up, stay up. Take your hands forward and come into all fours. Now in your all fours, Spread your fingers wide and just begin to make circles on your mat with your hips. So though you're making these circles, you'll begin to really feel this in your wrist. So we're trying to open the wrists and I keep my toes dorsiflex so I can get into the toes and also into my knees. And you can even feel maybe opening into your shoulder joint. Take the circles in the other direction. So your yoga practice should feel really good in your body. It should have its challenge, of course, but we want to make sure that we can also feel sensations in the body, and we stay with the breath as we move. Come into child's pose. So you plantar flex your feet, taking your hips back towards your heels, extend your hands. In my child pose, I like to move my hips. It just feels good for the hips. So if that feels good, move your hips side to side. Begin to melt the fascia that just got really tight from us sleeping in the bed last night. With your next inhale, lift halfway. Take your left arm under your right armpit. See if you can bring your left shoulder close to the floor. Stretching into the shoulders. Take deep, deep breaths. See what it feels like to turn your head to the left and see if you maybe feel some different sensations. Coming back to child's pose, Balasana. And then switch sides, going for your twist on the other side. So taking your right arm under your left armpit. And you might notice there's a difference between your left and right side even when it comes to your shoulders. Turn your head towards the right. And make your way back to child's pose. With your next inhale, come into all fours, shifting shoulders past wrists. And exhale, take your hips back to child's pose. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And we just keep moving forward and back. Perhaps as you move forward, you're able to even go further forward. Shifting forward, curl toes under, lift your hips, down dog. In your down dog, spread your fingers wide. You can even let your pinky slightly hang off the edge of your mat. And notice how that feels for your shoulders. So when I let the pinkies hang off the edge of my mat, I'm able to rotate my shoulders away from the ears, drawing my triceps towards the back of my mat. You can have softness in your knees. So you don't have to try to press the heels down. You can have this softness in your knees to draw your belly button towards your low back and then your belly closer towards your thighs to get length into your low back. Now we're going to stay in this shape of down dog, but you're going to walk your feet forward. So maybe now your heels are flat. So it's like I'm going into a forward fold, but it's still pretty wide. Walk your feet as wide as your mat. And then bend your knees. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Let's go for 3 more. On your third one, stay down. Move hips side to side. Straighten your legs. Step back to your down dog. So maybe now you can notice a little difference between your down dog from doing those poses. Lift heels, bend knees, look forward, step to the top of your mat. See how many steps you can take to the top of your mat, drawing your belly button in towards your low back. And once you get to the top of your mat, come into ragdoll. Open your feet hip distance apart and grab onto opposite elbows. Holding onto your elbows, you use it to like traction your elbows closer towards the floor. You want to try to get length into the side body. Side body, just left and right side. Have a slight bend in your knees and let your body just drape over your thighs. Move your head side to side to make sure you're not bringing stress into your neck. So by keeping this slight bend in your knees, you're not going to tear anything because muscles do tear. So we want to keep this slight bend so we're not getting too much strain into our hamstrings. Release your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold forward. Shift your weight into your heels. And inhale, come all the way up, long spine. And exhale, release your arms down to the side. Bring your hands to your heart, Samasthiti. Healing ball, feet together or feet slightly apart. So you can bring your legs together, but if you have your feet slightly apart, especially say if slightly apart you have more stability, take it slightly apart. Lift that up so you can see my arms. So we're going to draw shoulders down, chest up. Classic Sun A. Inhale, arms up. You can bring your palms together and look at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Have a slight bend in your knees as you go forward. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step your right leg back. Bring your knee to the mat and point your back toes. Inhale, lift arms up. Exhale, draw shoulder blades towards your low back. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back to plank. Hold this plank, spread fingers wide. Drawing your shoulder blades towards your low back, keep a length in your spine. Shift shoulders past wrists. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Come all the way to your belly. Point your toes, pressing the top of your feet into the mat. Inhale, come into Cobra. And exhale, release down. Curl toes under. Come into all fours and lift your hips. Down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Stay here for a few breaths. Take your right leg forward. Bring your left knee to the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, draw shoulders towards your low back. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, long spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Release your arms down to the side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. So as you lift halfway, you can have your fingertips onto the floor or onto your shins. Exhale, step your left leg back. Bring your knee to the mat and point your toes. Inhale, arms up. For this one, take your hands onto your SI joints. You can have the palms, the fingers to face up as you take elbows back. Inhale, lengthen your rib cage. Exhale, draw your hips forward. You can use your hands to create traction into your low back as you take hips forward. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, release your hands to the floor, step back to plank. Shift shoulders forward, Chaturanga, exhaling. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up, three-leg dog. Take your leg forward, bring your right knee to the mat, point your back toes, inhale, arms up. Take your hands behind you as you bring them onto your SI joint, fingers up. Inhale, lengthen, spine. Exhale, take your hips forward and elbows back. Deep, deep inhales. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Samasthiti, bring your hands to your heart. Release your arms down to the side, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step, jump, or walk, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift heels, bend knees, look forward, step, jump, or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, long spine, palms touch, look at your thumbs. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Release your arms down to the side. Chair, sit hips low, fingertips touch the floor, or as close to the floor as you can get them. Shift your weight into your heels. Inhale, chair, lift arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Chaturanga, step, jump or walk, yogi push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step the leg forward into your low lunge. Turn your back heel down. So set your feet so you can have your feet like you're on railroad tracks. They don't directly have to be directly behind each other. You can totally be on railroad tracks. And inhale, rise into Virabhadrasana 1. Draw your shoulder blades towards your low back and lift chest up. We're trying to rotate the hips towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lift heart, lift chest towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the floor, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring the leg forward, turn the back heel down. Draw your left hip back towards the back edge of your mat. Inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, shoulders away from your ears. Taking really deep inhale breaths. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Focus on your deep Ujjayi breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Lift heels, bend knees, look forward. Making your way to the top of your mat, step, jump, or walk. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair, sit hips low, swing arms up. Come all the way up, release your arms down to the side, Samasthiti, coming into Tadasana. Chair, sit hips low, swing arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Chaturanga, step, jump, or walk. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step the leg through, turn the back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step the leg through. Turn the back heel down. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Taking deep, deep breaths. In your down dog, give yourself this opportunity to focus on your breath. Maybe notice that your heart rate is starting to go a little bit faster. Lift heels, bend knees, making your way to the top of your mat, step, jump, or walk. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair, sit hips low, swing arms up. Come all the way up and release your arms down to the side. Chair, sit hips low, lift arms up. Interlace fingers, palms up towards the ceiling. Fold your chair in half, bringing your belly and thighs to touch. You can open your feet, hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, and see if you can sit your hips low as you lift arms up. Take deep breaths. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Chaturanga, step, jump, or walk. Up dog or cobra. Down doggy. Let me turn this direction so you can see me. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step the leg forward, turn your back heel down, rise into warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Now come into your warrior 2. You can go a little bit wider with your legs. Choose to look at your front middle finger. Bend more into that front knee to open your hips. Inhale, lengthen between each rib cage. Exhale, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Notice your front knee if it's falling in towards the big toe, and see if you can allow it to drift more towards the little toe side of your foot. Flip your front hand. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Bring your back hand onto your back thigh as you lean to feel this stretch in the right side of your body. Draw your right shoulder away from your ear. See if you can bend a little bit more into your right knee. Straighten your right leg, still leaning to feel that stretch in the right side of your body. With your inhale breath, come back to center. Exhale, start to reach forward, coming into Trikonasana. In your triangle, you can either have your hand onto your shin, or maybe up here, below your knee. These fingers can even grab onto your big toe. And rotate your chest. Keep length into the left and the right side of your body. Deep inhale. Notice that the shoulders start to creep up by the ears, and take the shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release both hands to the floor. Now shorten your stance, bring your back leg in. So we'll say maybe be about 3 or 4 feet. Square your hips. You can kind of tell if one hip is in front of the other. See if you can have the hips on the same line. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, fold forward, coming into pyramid. You can stay in pyramid or reverse your triangle. So if you reverse your triangle, inhale, you lift halfway. If you have a block, you can always bring a block to the inside of your front foot. If you don't have a block and you need to just maybe tent onto your fingers, you can do that also. You can also bring your hands flat to the inside or to the outside of your foot and lift your right arm to reverse your triangle. Or for twisted triangle. Deepen your breath. Release your hands to the floor. Stepping your left leg back into your lunge. Turn your back heel down. Extend to side angle, bringing your right forearm onto your thigh, and you press onto the thigh so that you can rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Take your left arm up to the ceiling. Open up into your pecs. See if you can bend a little bit more into your front knee. And you can take your top arm along your ear, palm face the floor. Take your hands behind back, interlace fingers, lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, humble warrior, bringing your shoulder to the inside of your knee. And if that's not available, you can always place your shoulder on top of your knee. Relax your head and lead with your chest. Focusing on your deep inhales. Release your hands to the inside of your front foot. Keep this shape in your legs as you walk your torso to the center of your mat. With your right hand, place it onto your right thigh. Make sure it's not by your knee. Really place it onto the thigh. And with your left hand, place it in front of your left toes. And you just kind of provide a little traction. It's like I'm trying to pull the femur out of the hip, that long bone out of the hip. And when you do this, your right shoulder might creep up by your ears, and that's okay. Walking your hands to the front of your mat, lift your back heel, and bring your knee to the mat. Keep your back toes curled under. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, push hips back, Hanumanasana, or half Hanuman. See if you can keep this length into your low back as you take your sit bones towards the back of your mat, that back heel. Bend your right knee. With your inhale, come all the way up, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, taking your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Inhale, lengthen between each rib cage. Exhale, deepen your twist as you press your forearm into your thigh. And if you want to, you can lift the back knee off the mat. With your next inhale, come into your high lunge. Lift your back knee, take your arms along your ears. Bend your back knee, let it hover a couple of inches off the floor. Bend your elbows like goalpost arms. Take your hips forward as you lean your torso back, taking your chest towards the ceiling. Release your hands to the floor and step back, down dog. Doing all that loveliness on the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step the leg forward. Turn your back heel down and inhale, rise, warrior one. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. So for this warrior two, you can open your legs a lot wider. Dress used to look at your front middle finger. Keeping your shoulders over your hips as you draw shoulder blades towards your low back. Bend a lot more into that front knee. Look at your front knee. Make sure it's not falling in towards the big toe. Let it drift more towards the little toe side of your foot. Flip your front hand. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Creating a space in between each rib cage on the left side of your body. Draw your left shoulder away from your ear. Keep this position in your torso as you straighten your left leg. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, shift your hips towards your back foot, coming into Trikonasana triangle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen your twist, rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. You can take your drishti to look at your palm if you like, or you can even look down towards the floor. Your hand can be on your shin. These fingers can grab onto your big toe, or even if you go a little bit higher, that's fine also. But deepen your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale, release both hands to the floor. Shorten your stance. Bring your back leg in so it's about 3 feet in distance. Inhale, lengthen, square your hips. Exhale, fold forward. So if you're like, I don't know if my hips are square, you can always place your hands onto your sacrum to see if your hips are pretty leveled, if one hip is not in front of the other. Inhale, lift halfway. Stay here or revolve your triangle. So with your right hand, you can either bring it to the inside or the outside of the foot, and you can also use a block as you lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. You can still bring your hands onto your hips also to see if your hips are square. One more, inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Step your right leg back. Turn your right heel down. Extended side angle. Bring your left forearm onto your thigh. Press the forearm into the thigh to rotate your chest up. And then lift your right arm up towards the ceiling to open your chest. You can even bend a little bit more into that front knee. Take your top arm along your ear, palm face the floor, right shoulder away from your ear. Deep, deep inhales. And at any time, of course, if you know variations, go for it. Hands behind back, interlace fingers, lift your torso up. And exhale, humble warrior. Shoulder can rest on the knee, or you bring the shoulder to the inside of your knee. Release your hands to the floor to the inside of your foot. Keep the legs how they are right now as you walk your torso to the center of your mat. With your left hand, bring it onto your left thigh. Right hand onto the floor in front of your right toes. And you use your hand to traction the hip, that bone, kind of out of your hip. You don't have to worry about doing anything with the joint capsule, but it's just this little traction that we're getting into the joint capsule. Hands onto the floor as you walk to the front of your mat. Lift your back heel and bring your right knee to the mat. With your inhale, come all the way up, hands to heart. And exhale, twist right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press your arm into your thigh to deepen your twist. If you like, you can always curl the back toes under and lift the knee off the mat. With your next inhale, high lunge, lift your knee off the mat. If it's on the mat, arms along your ears. Bend your back knee, let it hover. Bend your elbows, goalpost arms. Hips forward, lean back, chest up towards the ceiling. Hands to the floor, and step back, down dog. Shift your shoulders directly over your wrists. So you'll see that my hips are still up. I'm not going into plank, but shoulders are directly over wrists. And then shift back. Shift forward and back. And we keep cycling between going forward and back. Next time you're in down dog, elbows to the mat, come into dolphin. So you don't have to worry about bringing your heels to the floor. You can have your heels up and a slight bend in your knees, still trying to take your belly towards your thighs. Deepen your breath. Move your head side to side to make sure you're not bringing stress to your neck. 5 more inhales. Straighten your arms, down dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Peace fingers grab onto your big toes. Have a slight bend in your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Let your elbows flare out to the side. Still drawing shoulder blades away from your ears. Keeping length into your low back. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, pause. Inhale, come all the way up, arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Release your arms down to the side. Step your left foot forward, coming into a wide leg stance. Inhale, take your arms out to the side. Exhale, fold forward, bending at your waist. Peace fingers can grab onto your big toes or maybe grab onto your ankles or your shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Shoulders away from your ears. You can have softness in your knees, especially if you have really tight hamstrings. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, pause. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms shoulder height. Take your hands behind back, interlace fingers. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, fold forward. You can keep your hands on your sacrums, or perhaps you take your hands over your head. Deep, deep inhales. With your next inhale breath, inhale, rise, leading with your nose. Exhale, release your arms down to the side. Take your hands behind your back, either grab onto opposite elbows or come into reverse prayer. Inhale, lift chest. Exhale, fold forward. Focus on those deep inhales. With your next inhale, rise, coming up, leading with your nose. because that helps to keep your chest long. And exhale, release your arms down to the side and step to the top of your mat. Shaking all of that out. As you step your right foot on top of your left foot. So right foot steps on top of left. Chest up and shoulders down. Maybe your left ankle is starting to wiggle a little bit. Helps with strengthening that ankle. Grab onto your elbows behind your back, taking your right knee out to the side. Chest up, shoulders down. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Grab onto the shin with both hands. Left hand onto your hip. Now you can keep the knee bent. If you want to peace fingers, grab onto your right big toe and take the leg straight. That's available for you also. Or you just stay right here with knee bent. Inhale. Exhale, take the leg over towards the right. Looking over your opposite shoulder. Inhale, leg back to center. So even if you have the foot or the knee bent, take your left hand to the outside either of your foot or your knee. And we go for a twist. Take the right hand behind you. Come back to center and release leg to the floor. Shake that left leg out. It should feel a lot of stuff in that left leg as we switch sides. Left foot on top of right foot. Hands behind your back, grab onto opposite elbows. Lift chest, shoulders down. Deep, deep inhales. So wobbling is a good thing. Left knee towards your chest as you reach and grab onto the shin with both hands. Keep your right leg straight. Right hand onto your hip. You keep your left knee bent. If you want to take the left leg straight, you go for it. Deep inhale. Exhale, take the leg over towards the left. If you like, you can look over your opposite shoulder. Inhale, leg back to center, going for your twist. Right hand to the outside of your knee or your foot, if you have your foot, as you take the arm behind you and twist. Inhale back to center and exhale, release. Shake it out. Moving into tree. Right foot. You can either bring it like a kickstand right by your left ankle, or you can grab onto that foot and come into any variation of tree. Let's start with our hands to our heart. Stay here or lift arms up. Like a strong tree, root down into your foot that's on the earth. Get long in your spine. hands to your heart. And release. Switch sides, tree to the other side. So remember, you can bring your foot right by your ankle, or you go for any variation of tree that you want to go for. And you bring your hands to your heart. And you can lift the arms. Draw shoulders away from the ears. Get long into your spine. So you're not dumping into your hips. You want to lift out of your hips. Hands to your heart. And release. Step into the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Let's stay in this forward fold for a few breaths, moving hips side to side. Step back, come onto your knees. Swing your legs forward as you come to a seat. Move all your glute muscles out the way. Dorsiflex your feet. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold, Paschimottanasana. So maybe peace fingers grab onto your big toes. Or if you don't have that flexibility, you can bend your knees. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, pause. Inhale, come all the way up. Take your hands behind you, fingertips facing you, bend your knees. Move it into table. Inhale, press your hands and feet into the floor as you lift your hips off the floor. And exhale, bring your hips down. Inhale, lift hips. And exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Last one, and you can either keep the knees bent or begin to take the legs straight. Inhale, lift chest, lift hips. And exhale, release. Good. Bend your knees and come onto your heels. Taking your arms forward. So you're welcome to stay here, or maybe lean back slightly, drawing shoulders down. Maybe even coming into Navasana, lifting your feet off the floor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet to the floor, lean forward, take a breath. One more. Feet together. You can stay here or bend your knees or take your legs straight for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Holding onto your shins and slowly rolling down vertebra by vertebra. Keeping your knees bent, open your feet as wide as your mat, and just let your knees go side to side. Releasing into Shavasana, taking your legs as wide as your mat, arms along your body, palms face up. And close your eyes. taking this moment to find stillness in your body as you focus on your breath. We've worked off all the kinks of our body. So this gives us this added benefit of being still in Shavasana, just to feel the release and feel the ease in our body. With each inhale, get length in your spine. And with each exhale, just allow your body to relax into the earth. And I invite